After more than 6 decades of living, 2 marriages behind me, and countless memories etched in my mind, I still find myself longing for the warmth and companionship that only a true partner can provide. It is a yearning that never quite fades, no matter how old I get or how much life changes around me. This persistent feeling sparks my imagination, leading me to picture the next person fate might bring into my life, a companion who complements me not just in body but in spirit and soul. In this vision, she is intelligent, with a quick wit that keeps our conversations lively and engaging. Intelligence, after all, is deeply attractive. There's something magnetic about a mind that challenges and inspires. Her beauty is not just skin deep, but shines through in her genuine smile and the way she moves with effortless grace. Her figure is curvy and soft, perfectly balanced in a way that feels natural and real, not forced or artificial. She embraces herself fully, comfortable with the way she is, confident enough to need no adornment or artifice to stand out. Her hair is one of her most striking features, thick, dark, and straight, flowing freely over her shoulders like a silk river, catching the light with a subtle gleam. She treasures this natural gift and refuses to change it, honoring the authentic self that she was born with. Her eyebrows, bold and expressive, frame her face perfectly, emphasizing the sparkle in her large eyes. Those eyes shimmer with an inner fire, a kind of quiet excitement that speaks volumes even without words. There is a purity in her gaze, a connection that feels honest and sincere. She doesn't wear makeup, confident in her natural beauty. There's a softness to her skin and features that speaks of gentle kindness and openness. She carries herself with quiet dignity, and yet beneath that gentle exterior lies a strength born of experience and resilience. There is nothing fragile about her. Her shoulders are smooth and feminine, but also strong enough to show she's not afraid of hard work, whether outdoors or in any challenge life might throw her way. In my mind, she stands near a comfortable chair, relaxed but alert, enjoying the moment as much as I do. She knows the value of presence and awareness, of being here right now without distractions. Her body language is inviting yet respectful, full of subtle confidence. Her curves are visible in the soft light, an unspoken invitation to share warmth and closeness. The air between us is charged with anticipation, but there is patience, a slow unfolding of connection, rather than a rush to reach any destination. I imagine the delicate way her hands rest at her sides, the subtle movements as she shifts her weight, the quiet breath she takes when our eyes meet. There is a mutual understanding that this is a journey we will enjoy together, savoring each shared glance and gentle touch. It's a dance of companionship, built on trust and desire, but also on respect and appreciation for the unique qualities each of us brings to the relationship. In this vision, I see not just a lover, but a true partner. Someone to share quiet mornings and lively evenings, someone whose strength and softness balance my own. She is a reminder that connection goes beyond physicality, reaching into the realms of heart and mind. I feel a deep sense of hope and gratitude, just imagining her presence, knowing that life still holds wonderful surprises even after so many years. This image fuels my spirit and soothes my soul, a beacon guiding me toward the next chapter with open arms and an open heart. She stands by the comfortable recliner, a subtle smile playing on her lips as she catches my steady gaze. The quiet anticipation in the air feels almost electric, a gentle thrill that promises something special about to unfold. There is a calm confidence in the way she carries herself, relaxed but fully present in the moment. Her curves are soft and inviting, illuminated by the warm light that reflects off her skin, highlighting every graceful line. The room feels smaller somehow, enclosed in an intimate bubble where nothing exists beyond us. My hand moves slowly, deliberately, from the armrest toward the familiar position at my side, the joystick as I've come to think of it. It's a gentle touch at first, exploratory, savoring the warmth and life beneath my fingers. There's no rush here, no urgency. Instead, a measured pacing that allows every moment to stretch out and deepen. The sensation is comforting and powerful all at once, a reminder that despite the years, a sense of vitality remains, quietly humming just beneath the surface. I take pleasure in the thickness and warmth I feel, appreciating that even now it responds clearly to my touch. The imagined presence of my companion adds to the intensity. I see her intrigue mirrored in her eyes as she watches, silently cheering me on, her gaze filled with quiet encouragement. In her mind, she feels the connection, as if each slow motion I make is a gentle thread weaving us closer together. Her expression is one of playful eagerness, the kind that invites shared understanding without a single word spoken. The atmosphere is charged, a mixture of tender intimacy and lively excitement. This is more than a moment of solitary pleasure. It is a shared journey, an exchange that transcends distance and time. The engines, so to speak, begin their hum soft at first, then building steadily into a powerful rhythm known intimately to me. Though no one else hears this private sound, it pulses through my body with a force that commands attention. It is the sound of life affirming itself, of energy rising and focus sharpening. The slow climb begins, steady and sure. As my hand moves with increasing confidence, I let out a quiet moan, the only audible sign of the rising tide within. Her eyes widen with delight, sparkling in the dim glow as she watches the steady motion unfold. Her body responds naturally, standing proudly nearby in full view, radiating warmth and encouragement. She is my willing partner in this dance, attentive and engaged, yet patient and respectful. The pace picks up, but still remains controlled, a balancing act between restraint and abandon that feels just right. The feeling progresses as I cruise confidently, muscles engaged and senses heightened. I let my gaze drift over her, appreciating every soft curve, every smooth line, and then return inward, focusing on the sensations gathering beneath my skin. There is a remarkable interplay of friction and movement, an intricate rhythm that expertly balances pressure and release. The outer softness slides smoothly over the layers beneath, sending waves of pleasure that ripple gently through my being. My breathing deepens, becoming slower and more deliberate as I tune into the rising sensations. She notices the change immediately and responds with a soft, approving hum, her own excitement growing alongside mine. Her fingers play lightly with her own curves, drawing attention to the natural beauty she exudes with such ease. There's a mischievous grin flickering on her lips, a quiet invitation that teases and beckons. Time seems to stretch as we share this private moment, communion without words. I feel the steady pulse of our connection growing stronger, an unspoken promise lingering between us. She reaches down slowly, drawing one hand toward her own warmth, a gentle, inviting touch that mirrors the rhythm I maintain. Her gaze locks with mine, eyes filled with a raw, honest desire that stirs something deep inside. Her soft moan confirms what I already sensed. This is a mutual experience, an exchange of need and anticipation that fills the space around us. The momentum builds rapidly now, breaths quickening in tandem. Our shared energy rises, climbing higher and higher in a beautiful crescendo. The playful sparkle in her eyes deepens as she steps closer, inviting a new level of intimacy. She brings her finger into my mouth, a delicate gesture that surprises and thrills me all at once. The taste and warmth of her touch amplify the experience, blending sensation with affection in a way that feels wholly natural. She pulls back just before it becomes overwhelming, allowing me to catch my breath even as the excitement lingers in the air. Her smile widens in quiet satisfaction, pleased with the effect she's had. Leaning forward, she drapes one of her curves gently over my face, offering both comfort and temptation in equal measure. I respond by teasing her softly, my tongue tracing a delicate path of warmth beneath her skin. She lets out a light, joyful laugh, the sound bright and clear in the stillness. Encouraged by her response, I deepen my attention, taking in every part of her with gentle care and reverence. Her pleasure builds steadily, a slow and steady climb that mirrors my own rising thrill. We move together in perfect harmony, our rhythms aligned and our spirits intertwined. The space between us narrows as I continue, my hands exploring, my touches conveying a language all their own. She shifts, stepping directly in front of me, fully visible and radiating confidence. This shared viewing only fuels our desire further, a dance where watcher and participant are united. She comments softly on the small movements I make, the subtle signs that show the fullness and energy of this moment. Our exchange is intimate and playful, words weaving through the quiet air like light breezes. The pace intensifies, my movements growing more urgent even as I strive to maintain control. Her hands, skilled and sure, take up the rhythm alongside mine, guiding and coaxing with a practiced touch. Together, we achieve a balance of force and tenderness that carries us higher, edging toward the peak with exquisite suspense. The promise of impending release hangs palpably, yet neither of us rushes. There is joy in prolonging the ascent, savoring every sensation and every glance. Our connection is electric, a powerful current that flows through us both, binding us in a moment of shared ecstasy and mutual respect. As the rhythm settles into a steady pace, a calm focus washes over me, blending sensation and thought into a unified awareness. My eyes begin to soften, half closing, as I shift my attention back and forth between the graceful curve of her form and the intricate feelings blossoming within myself. The steady motion continues, each stroke deliberate and confident, bringing a deepening sense of pleasure that hums quietly beneath the surface. Observing her, I note the natural beauty of her body, the softness of her skin, the gentle swell of her hips, and the warmth that radiates from her just being near. There's an effortless allure in the way she carries herself, fully at ease and openly inviting. The intimacy we share feels transparent and honest, layers of mutual respect and desire woven into every look and touch. Beneath my hand, a remarkable sensation unfolds, a dance between the outer and inner layers of my skin, sliding smoothly in tandem and creating a gentle friction that spreads warmth and delight. It's a subtle contrast, the exterior shifting softly while the underlying surface remains taut and responsive. The resulting feeling is one of exquisite stimulation, a quiet spark that shoots through the nerves and reaches deep into my core, reminding me that the vitality of youth still lingers despite the passage of time. My breathing grows deeper and more measured, muscles tightening, slackening as waves of sensation ebb and flow. She senses the change immediately, her gaze sharpening with keen understanding. A soft, approving sound escapes her lips as she continues her own quiet motions, enjoying the shared experience without hurry or distraction. Her hands trace delicate patterns over her curves, lifting and guiding with an ease born of comfort in her own skin. Her smile is effortless, communicating a warm invitation without the need for words. Time seems to slow, wrapped in this cocoon of mutual connection. With a playful glint in her eye, she lets one hand drift downward, reaching toward a place where her own desires meet mine in energetic harmony. She pauses briefly, making eye contact that is equal parts challenge and promise. Her fingers trace gentle, deliberate lines, sliding just so as to evoke a soft moan that fills the space between us. The depth of feeling in that moment is profound, a reminder that desire is as much about emotional connection as physical sensation. Our breaths quicken in tandem as the energy builds, a powerful harmony rising through us. The playful sparkle in her eyes deepens with excitement, and she steps closer still, closing the final space to heighten the bond we share. With a teasing gesture, she brings her finger to my lips, encouraging me to taste the sweetness of her touch. The warmth and subtle tang mingle with the quickened beat of my heart, blending intimacy with exhilaration. I respond instinctively, gently exploring, as she allows me the delicate flavor before pulling back just enough to keep the moment thrilling and fresh. Her smile widens, pleased with the connection sparked between us. Leaning forward ever so slightly, she drapes one of her soft curves over my face, creating a tender bridge between us. I respond with careful, loving attention, tracing gentle patterns with my tongue, exploring the textures and contours that invite me. Her laugh bubbles up, a light, joyous sound that crystallizes the pleasure we share. Encouraged by her warmth, I deepen my focus, savoring the union of sensation and emotion with equal passion. Our movements sync flawlessly as anticipation mounts, each moment building toward an exquisite peak. She moves confidently in front of me, fully visible and radiant, her body an open invitation. Watching her engage so freely encourages me to lose myself further in the experience, our connection thriving in the delicate balance of watcher and participant. She complements the subtle rhythms with soft words, noticing the way my focus sharpens and the steady pulse of energy surging beneath the surface. Each comment is laced with admiration and desire, melting into the soundtrack of our shared moment. The pace intensifies as my hand quickens, driven by the rising tide of pleasure. She matches my energy with skillful movements, her touch both steady and nurturing, guiding and responding with a practiced ease that speaks of deep familiarity with this dance. Together, we create a partnership of sensation, a carefully choreographed exchange that moves us closer to the summit with each passing second. The promise of release hovers palpably in the air, a crescendo approaching yet savored in slow motion. Neither of us rushes the finale. Instead, we linger in the heights of anticipation, reveling in the thrill of connection and mutual understanding. This moment, suspended in time, binds us in a web of shared joy and respect, a perfect harmony of body and soul. Our breaths grow heavier as the momentum builds between us, the room filled with a soft, rhythmic energy that pulses like the rising tide. The playful glint in her eyes deepens, sparkling with excitement and affection as she steps closer, closing the space between us until there is hardly a breath of distance left. In a teasing gesture, she brings her finger to my lips, inviting me into a tender exchange that feels both thrilling and intimate. I respond eagerly, tasting the warmth she offers, the subtle hint of sweetness mingling with the rapid beat of my heart. The connection ignites something deep inside, a spark that fuels the growing fire of our shared moment. As she withdraws her finger with a knowing smile, I find my breath returning to normal, even as the lingering excitement hums beneath the surface. We both savor the electric anticipation in the air, enjoying the push and pull between closeness and release. Leaning forward, she offers one of her soft curves to my face, a silent invitation wrapped in gentle warmth. I respond with care, my lips and tongue tracing delicate paths over the smooth skin, eliciting soft sounds of pleasure that fill the space between us. Her laughter bubbles up light, joyful, a clear sign that our playfulness only intensifies the connection. Emboldened by her response, I deepen my focus, moving with reverence and intent to caress every contour she offers. Our shared rhythm evolves, blending tenderness with growing urgency in a seamless dance of sensation and emotion. She steps fully into view, standing confidently before me, her body a radiant display of natural beauty. The way she meets my gaze encourages me to lose myself further in the experience, the lines between watcher and participant blurring into a perfect harmony. Her voice, smooth and inviting, weaves soft comments into the quiet ambiance, focusing on the subtle tells that mark the heightening energy within me. Each word is like a gentle caress, validating and encouraging, sparking waves of pleasure that ripple through muscle and mind alike. The pace increases steadily, my hand moves with increasing speed and confidence, fueled by the rising surge of delight. She matches my energy expertly, her hands guiding and supporting with practiced ease, creating a dynamic balance that heightens the intimacy between us. The dance of hands and touches feels effortless yet deeply engaged, an unspoken dialogue that requires no explanation. Time seems to stretch as we inch closer to the peak, the moment of release hanging suspended, sweet and inevitable. Neither of us rushes the finale. Instead, we bask in the anticipation, cherishing the electric charge that courses between us. Our connection pulses with vibrancy, a meld of body and soul woven through the delicate fabric of this shared experience. There is a profound joy in the tension, a pleasure in the waiting that only makes the summit all the more satisfying. Finally, with precision and care, she offers her support, subtly shifting her touch to ease the buildup and guide the final wave. Her gentle pressure brings a soothing relief that signals the release is near, a moment that feels both powerful and tender in its intensity. The surge washes over us, a crescendo of warmth and sensation, that leaves us both glowing in quiet satisfaction. As the energy subsides, we relax into the comfort of the space around us, enveloped in a calm that follows the storm. She playfully teases, tracing soft patterns as she tends to the lingering traces of our connection. Laughter and loving glances filling the room. The intimacy between us deepens, grounded in mutual care and a shared understanding that transcends words. Wrapped in the gentle silence that follows, we move closer still, bodies entwined in a peaceful embrace. There is no need to speak as our hearts beat in sync, finding solace in the quiet afterglow of our time together. The moment lingers, a delicate balance of warmth and affection that carries us softly toward rest. It is a perfect landing after a soaring flight, a place where trust and tenderness meet, leaving us content and connected as we prepare to drift into dreams side by side. As the intensity of the moment begins to ebb, a soft sigh escapes me, signaling the transition from peak experience to gentle calm. She moves closer, straddling the armrest of the recliner with a grace that matches the serenity settling between us. There's a quiet invitation in her eyes, a shared understanding that this connection continues beyond the heightened passion. I reach out, sliding a finger slowly, tenderly toward the warmth she offers, feeling the gentle response as she begins to move in harmony with my touch. The rhythm we find together is fluid and seamless, a delicate dance where it becomes impossible to distinguish where my movements end and hers begin. The line between a simple touch and something more profound blurs, weaving an intimate tapestry that speaks of trust and mutual desire. She grips the side of the recliner lightly, steadying herself as waves of sensation ripple through her. Her breath catches and releases in soft moans, a melody that blends effortlessly with the quiet ambiance of the room. I curl my finger gently, searching, exploring, until I find that special place that makes her tighten and sigh with pleasure. The connection deepens, each pulse a confirmation of shared delight. Her movements become more urgent, pressing against my hand with a fervent energy that matches my own growing excitement. The harmony of our bodies feels effortless, as if we have known this rhythm all along. In the midst of this tender exchange, she reaches her peak, a gentle convulsion of joy and release that courses through her with a beautiful intensity. A warm stream flows into my waiting hand, a silent testament to the closeness and trust we share. Not one motion is wasted as I move to capture every drop, honoring the preciousness of the moment. I brush the glistening traces into my beard, then draw the rest toward my lips, tasting the sweetness that speaks of deep connection and shared pleasure. Her deep, satisfied moans fill the space, a perfect echo of the release we have both experienced. Rising slowly, she turns away, the curve of her back and the softness of her silhouette bathed in the gentle glow of the room's light. With a graceful motion, she lowers herself into my arms, settling comfortably against my chest. I wrap my arms around her, holding her close as the quiet peace embraces us both. Together, we sink back, the recliner cradling us as we drift into a tranquil state of rest and contentment. Soft whispers fill the air, promises of a shower shared later and dreams embraced in tender sleep. The vibration of life settles into a slow, soothing rhythm, the fatigue of passion giving way to the warmth of companionship. She nestles her head against my shoulder, our breaths sinking in quiet harmony. The world outside fades, leaving only the comfort of togetherness and the unspoken bond forged through vulnerability and affection. In this moment, nothing else exists but the gentle pulse of our hearts and the promise of new beginnings. We close our eyes, wrapped in quiet solace, knowing that tomorrow will bring fresh opportunities to explore and cherish what we have found. Here now, we rest as two souls intertwined, peaceful and whole.